No, I'm not saying I'm a genie, but all signs are pointing towards a big market crash in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. Let's explain why and go over what you guys gotta be doing to prepare. Now, Soulsay family, and welcome back to another Madden 25 Ultimate Team video. Hope you watching this one are having a wonderful start to your day. On the screen right here is a $10 PlayStation gift card. If you want another gift card giveaway in my video tomorrow, you know what to do. Scroll down, drop a like, 500 likes, and Xbox people, I got you. Okay, now let's start by explaining what causes the market crash and why the market is on the cusp of going down. Now, there's really only two things that cause a market crash in this game. Number one is a pack or a special offer that is going crazy or is glitched and gives us a ton of really good pulls. And number two is an overall increase. When an overall increase happens in this game, pack odds go up, there's new higher overall cards, which naturally means the 88s, the 87s, they go down in price because there's less demand for them and people are selling them off from their team. And boys, with Most Feared coming a week from today, I am expecting another overall bump to happen. Now, I went through and looked at the overalls of Most Feared cards in the past 5 years of Madden, and there has not been a single year where the champions in Most Feared were 89 overalls. Literally every single year, they were 90s, they were 91s, they were 92s, they were 93s. I am almost guaranteeing you an overall bump is going to happen. It's going to happen on Wednesday or Thursday when Most Feared releases in this game, and with that being the case, a market crash might be looming, boys. Okay, so now that we've made this estimated guess, we think that there's going to be an overall increase coming very soon. Let's talk about what you guys need to be doing right now. Now, selling off your entire team, in my opinion, is kind of out of the question, but let's explain what you should be doing with each overall player on your team, because I've got different strategies for, say, if you've got an 86 versus an 89. Now, in my opinion, with your 89 overall cards, these are really the only overall I would recommend you sell. I would recommend you get off of ASAP. Now, the reason I say that is because typically players that are the highest overall in this game have the most amount of room to crash when the market goes down. So say, for example, we have Damar Hamlin, or say, for example, we have Patrick Mahomes. As you guys can see right now, Patty Mahomes is selling at about 620K, and Damar Hamlin right now is about 460 to 500, depending on your console. And the way that the last couple overall increases have happened in this game is typically overalls will switch places with their lower overall counterpart. What I mean by that is 89 overall Damar Hamlin is likely going to sell for the price of an 88 overall champion right now when this overall bump happens. So say, for example, Kayvon Thibodeau, another pretty good defensive player, he right now is selling at about 240K. I would think that Damar Hamlin is going to slot into that price of about like 240 when this overall increase happens. And this is a trend that we've seen happen very, very consistently. 88 overall cards, these cards were expensive. These cards were selling at about 400K when they were the higher overall champions in this game. When the overall increase happened a week ago, these cards came down in price. As you can see, 7% right here, but it's been way more. And if we go to our prices dashboard, that's reflected. Just 10 days ago, this card was selling at about like 350K. Now it's down to 240, a drop of 100,000 coins. That's a lot. And Creed Humphrey, just to show you that yes, the AKA market will also go down. He's selling for 291. And if we take a look at his price dashboard, about a week ago, he was selling for 430K before the overall increase happened and before these 88s weren't the highest in the game. To buy Madden 25 coins for the cheapest price on the internet, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link in the description and use the promo code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. So for 89 overall players, in my opinion, I've got two suggestions. Number one, I would not be buying these cards. Simply don't buy them. These 89 overall players are the highest champions for such a short period of time. Like 89s were champions for a week and they only have one more week remaining. That's very, very quick. This is the fastest overall increase they've done, which means we've basically just got two really quick bumps in like 2 weeks. And if you have these cards and say, for example, you bought Damar Hamlin around the price that he's selling for right now, I don't think it's a bad idea to offload him ASAP. There's no reason holding on to him for another week when you know for a fact his price is going to come down. Like, I can show you countless examples. These cards, their prices will come down. Now, with the 88 and 87 overall players, I've kind of got a bit of a different strategy. Their prices aren't necessarily going to drop a ton just because right now 88s and 87s, they're not crazy expensive. Like that Kayvon Thibodeau card I just showed you, he's selling for 220K. Could he come down to 175? Sure. Could he come down to 150? Maybe, but that's realistically only a drop of 50K, whereas those 89s, they're dropping by like 150, a much bigger number. So with your 88s and 87s, you can sell them off if you know for a fact you want to upgrade that position, but you're not necessarily selling them off for the value reasons. We're selling off 89s from the value perspective. Of course, they're still solid cards, they're 89s, but these 88s and 87s, they were some of the best cards in the game a week ago, but a week from now, they're not necessarily going to be obsolete, but they're not going to be as usable. So if you have 88s and you have 87s that you know probably aren't going to hang around on your team for a ton of time, that's the reason reason why you sell them off. We're selling off these cards based on stats. We're not selling them off based on value. And again, like I said, these 87 overall players, like some of the cards I have on my team, I bought them a week ago. I was like, okay, I feel like I have a great deal here. I feel like I have a card that's going to stick around for a while, but because we just got an overall increase and another one is coming, it does kind of reduce some of the value of those cards, not from a price perspective, but from a playing on the field perspective. So for your 88s and your 87s, I would sell off those cards before Wednesday if you know you want to upgrade them. Me personally, I have Javon Holland on my team. I know I want Brian Dawkins. I'm selling him off. Me personally, I have Patrick Surtain at cornerback number 3. I know for a fact that there will be a good corner in most feared. I know for a fact that I'm probably going to want to buy that card. Pat Surtain, I'm probably selling off. Now, I'm not necessarily going through and doing this with every single position on my team, because if there's an 86 or if there's an 87, say a pass rusher, say an offensive lineman, or a card that I like on my squad, I'm keeping them around. But for the cards that I know are going to be gone, those are the ones that I'm selling off. And the reason I'm selling them isn't necessarily because they're going to go down in price. They will go down, but we're mainly selling them because we know we want to make an upgrade at that position. We know that the stats on that card, well, they're going to become a little bit less valuable when we get another overall increase in this game. And the final thing that I want to say about this market crash is I also feel like there's not a ton of stuff to grind for right now in Madden Ultimate Team, so I don't mind selling off players on my team, because for me personally, I haven't necessarily been grinding head-to-head a ton, and I feel like for a lot of you guys as well, there's almost less reason to grind right now with the season kind of wrapping up, so it's not a bad time to kind of take a fairly significant chunk of your team as BND. Maybe it's a little bit worse, but since you're not playing online a ton, it doesn't necessarily matter as much how good your team is, and you're getting all that value now before it goes down in price. But preparing for it to go down in price, you're stacking up those coins. That's what you want to do. I'm at 3 mil right now. I feel like that's a great number. And final thing to say is, unless we get a very, very good special offer when the overall increase happens in this game, the market typically doesn't go down instantly, but give it a little bit of time. With pack odds going up, the market will slowly go down as the price of the hero cards that go into the sets goes down. The master cards will go down as well. As people are making upgrades, prices will go down. So just want you guys to keep that in the back of your mind, that the market isn't necessarily going to plummet, but the fact that we're getting 2 overall increases in such short notice is a little bit chaotic and kind of crazy. So I wanted to make sure you guys are up to date. Until next time, I'm out. Love y'all. See ya. Peace. And one really quick tip at the end of the video, the only player I am not selling off right now or would consider buying is this Night Train Lane 87. This guy's got 88 speed, and the cornerback market in this game is so fickle. There's not really very many good corners. As you guys can see, look at all the corners that are around Night Train Lane. They all sell for 1.8, 900k, 480k. This Night Train Lane is kind of like a diamond in the rough at 181. This is the only card I'm not selling off right now. I'm actually going to probably sell Surtain and buy this card. Surtain sells for 100. This card I can find at maybe 170. That's only an upgrade of 70k, and that feels worth it. Otherwise, though, cornerback is kind of just like a weird one-off position where this is the case, because there's not a ton of really good cards, but every other position, you can apply the advice I talked about in this video.